Hi all, we're gonna start shortly. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hi Kritika
Hello.
ji, how are you?
I'm all good.
I'm good too. Um, yes. हाम्रो भ्युवर्सहरू हामीलाई प्लिज भनिदिनु होला हाम्रो माइक्रोफोन सबै ठिक छ तपाईँहरूले सुन्न सक्नुहुन्छ कि हुँदैन हामीलाई भनेर. We're waiting for Punika ji currently. Oh,
Hello.
hi Punika ji, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Okay.
Good, we're good. Um,
Wait
you
for a
guys can
few.
you guys can't hear us? Someone said can't
Can you
hear
guys?
you.
We can hear you. It's all good.
Okay, let me know when you guys
Sound
want
the
to start.
katira ako sana. Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready. You guys are ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Already.
Good evening to all our viewers. I hope you're all doing exceptionally well. And of course, a happy new year to you all. I hope this new year brings you all happiness, prosperity, and exceptional health, especially during these uncertain times. Today we're here to discuss our new project, AASHRAYA, with two members from an exceptionally well-known and beloved family, our former princesses, Punika ji and Kritika ji. Welcome. How are you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too.
We're all good.
Yeah, where are you guys located currently? In Thailand?
Yes.
Yes, in Bangkok.
Both of you? Oh, what
Yeah.
time is it for you guys?
Yes. It's currently 8:26.
It's 8. What are you guys studying? Could you tell our viewers a little bit on that? Talk about that.
Well, I'm studying international communication arts. I was studying international, but yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Kritika ji?
I'm still in high school, but for university, I'm thinking about taking hospitality.
Oh, okay, that sounds cool. So you guys are in Thailand. What is your favorite activity to do together in Thailand that you can't do in Nepal, of course?
Um, we travel a lot here. We go to like धेरै beach
Island.
छ यहाँ Bangkokमा, islands.
Oh, that must be nice. The weather's really nice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we start, I would like to remind all our viewers to please be active on the comment sections, which you guys clearly are. You will be given an opportunity to have your questions answered during our Q&A session later. Okay, so let's start our live podcast. Monika ji, you're in our executive board, but Kritika ji, although you aren't officially a part of our e-board, you have been very involved in our organization, constantly helping your sister, Punika ji, of course, fulfill her duties as the Goodwill Ambassador. So tell me, Kritika ji, what inspired your involvement?
I guess growing up and seeing everyone, our dad, our mom, Didzu, everyone have such a big passion for animals really also made me want to come and help Didzu with this. And seeing all of Didzu's hard work that she puts into being a Goodwill ambassador and her doing all her work really also inspired me to try and help her because it made Hamro Passions connect like this organization compassion and what we're passionate about. It both goes together. So I really wanted to help to do with this.
Oh, okay. You're absolutely correct, Kritika ji. Punika ji has been doing an exceptional job at representing our organization, and we're definitely very impressed and proud of her commitment to helping the voiceless animals, even though she lives in a completely different nation. Her efforts are indeed very applaudable. You are very correct. So Purnika ji, tell us a little bit about what inspired you to join Atmosorga.
Well, ever since I was a child, a kid, I loved animals. Like I grew up with dogs, basically surrounded by dogs. Like we had a lot of animals growing up, and right now I have a dog in Thailand. Hash.
Oh, you do?
Ash. Okay, sorry he went off my lap, but he's right here.
Oh, hi, Hash.
Ash.
Um,
Yeah, and yeah.
do you guys have any other animals than dogs, Purnika ji?
Yeah, we have cows. We have 11 cows.
Oh, do you know how many cows?
11 cows.
That is a lot of cows.
And you
Who takes care
were
of them?
sorry?
Who takes care of them?
The people.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So those are extremely very valid points, Punika ji. And would you like to talk a little bit about our e-board and how they're doing and their work?
Oh, so this organization, what I really believe is that this organization brought the injustice that was happening to the animals to light. Listening to the board members talk about how like what they wanted to do for this organization, their plans was like seemed very realistic, and the passion that the board showed was also very inspiring. The way they talked about like how they wanted to improve the organization, what they wanted from the organization, very like inspirational, and that's what actually inspired.
I completely agree with you, Punika ji. Our board members are indeed very passionate and inspirational. So Kritika ji, let's talk a little bit more about the legal aspects. Would you please debrief our viewers on the different animal welfare laws that exist in Nepal?
Okay, so animal welfare talks about any animal having a good life throughout their whole life. And in Nepal now, we talk about animals having freedom from hunger, thirst, and malnutrition, which means that they don't suffer from famine. And we also have freedom from fear and disasters and freedom from physical and thermal discomfort. And this basically says that all animals should have good shelter, good homes, where they're free from pain, injury, and disease, and they have the freedom to express their normal patterns. We have many animal welfare laws in Nepal, but none of these laws are quite enforced. Or I'm so sorry, that was just none of these
Don't
laws
worry
are
about
enforced.
it.
Yes, but we do have many welfare laws in Nepal.
Yeah, I do agree with you. There are a lot of laws, but we rarely hear about them. So Punikaji, tell us, do you have any thoughts on how we can solve this issue?
Well, Kritika said, it's not really enforced. So implementing the laws, I guess, is the first step, and spreading awareness. Because, like in the Gyan Bahadur Bika case, because the police and the lawyers didn't know the animal welfare laws, like they had to go back and like look up the laws, and that's what gave him time to run. So spreading
I believe you're
awareness is like.
referring. Yes, I completely agree with you. I'm so sorry to cut you off, Punikaji. Please continue.
Yeah,
Is that it?
like I said, I think that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do agree with you, and I believe you're referring to our Imadol case of Kale, which our viewers can find more information on our Instagram page, actually. Please take the time to read it. We are actually looking for the culprit. He has been missing in action. And I absolutely agree with you. We as citizens do need to be more self-aware and self-educate ourselves on these laws and welfares that exist in Nepal. Kritika ji, I would like you to address one of the hot topics in Atmosorga's comment section. How do you differentiate between animal cruelty, such as killing a dog, to killing a chicken or goat for consumption? And obviously, this has been a worldwide debate, so there isn't really a right or wrong answer, but please give us your thoughts on it.
But to answer this question, I think it all comes down to cultures. Ani how different cultures see different foods. Ani us as Hindus, we believe that cows are worshipped and sacred, so we do not eat cows. Whereas in America, the cow industry is booming. Like beef paneko in America is like so good. Sabde khanta. And us as Nepalese, we also worship dogs. We see dogs as really good as well. But in China, it's a delicacy. People eat like people prefer dogs in different ways. And it all comes down to cultures. Over here in Nepal, we're openly okay with. We're really decentralized with killing chickens and goats. Any dogs are very different to that for us, but in the long run we still as this organization we still want to express our passion or love for all animals. We want the welfare, the animal law for all animals. But since this organization is still new and still coming, we're trying to just focus on dogs because it's quite easier. It's harder to just dive into the deep end and try to stop cruelty to all animals. Therefore, like trying to start with dogs is the easier way to go.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right, Kritika ji. Thank you so much for your unique perspective on this matter. And I know this is a very difficult question to answer because you're walking on a very thin line, but I think you did a really good job at it. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Kritika ji, as you already know, I am relatively new to this executive board. So could you tell me and the viewers a little bit more about what AASHRAYA is and what inspired the idea?
Well, we initially started our journey as like with feeding campaign, but then we realized that it was not really practical, like as practical as we wanted it to be, because it required manpower and us going to different places to feed animals, and it was just not doing it. And moreover, it was like when Atmosorga didn't like host any feeding campaigns, the animals still went hungry, right? And so we came up with the ashrayas, a more permanent solution to address a deeper societal issue. And so there are more than 1 lakh like street animals, and which makes it impossible for one organization to feed all these animals. I mean, yeah, there are other organizations doing feeding campaigns, but it is still very impossible to feed 1 lakh dogs, like street animals, you know. So and as you can see in our latest post, ashrayas won't just like feed the dogs. Okay, they're gonna provide them with shelter, comfort, and they're gonna give them safety as well. And like we're also trying to so we're planning on distributing these ashrayas in such locations where like people can actually go and feed the street animals, you know, and they don't need to like throw away the extra food in the trash or like on the side of the streets. They can actually go and feed the animals. I mean, that way, like we're also trying to like roadside nikam garna khojiरहेको छ and all that. So we believe that the ashraya will be a long-term solution which will eventually replace the feeding campaigns, which we recognize is a temporary solution to a deeper and larger societal problem.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Punikaji, and that was indeed a very in-depth answer. So, Kritikaji, listening to Punikaji, how do you think ashrayas will benefit these street animals?
Like Tidzu said, foreseeing the benefits beyond like shelter and food, I feel like these ashrayas will act as a monument and a reminder of animal rights. So, ghar baira huँदा हेरी मान्छेले देख्छ, and then it'll be more like we shouldn't alikati rakhum na, and it will be a reminder. It'll raise awareness. These may like minimize animal-related roadside accidents, all these little injuries that keep happening. I think this will really reduce them because, yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely right. There are many benefits of ashraya, not just for animals, clearly also for human beings and, a better community life in general. Punikaji, could you tell us a little bit more on how many ashrayas can we see in the upcoming months?
Well, we're trying to build 27 ashrayas in a couple of months for samples, but our total goal is 12,500 ashrayas throughout the whole of Nepal.
Wow, that is a lot of ashes, Punikaji. Have you thought about who will be responsible for maintaining them?
Obviously the people of the committee, and we're also trying to include schools and universities for extracurricular activities and projects. And community
Mm-hmm.
members can also go in and feed like the stray animals. And oh yeah, we are also thinking of appointing people for cleaning campaigns in different districts of Nepal. So if any of our viewers are interested, please message the Instagram.
Yes. Um, since Atmosorga hopes to make this a community involvement project of sorts, what support is required from the community?
Obviously financial support, right? There are like we actually have three main supports: financial support, government land to build the ashrayas for sure, but then government land. So if any of our viewers are like connected or know people, like help us get permission to build the ashrayas. And we also have materialistic needs like cements and bricks and manpower for
Mm-hmm.
actually. Yeah.
So, Punikaji and Kritikaji, could you tell our viewers a little bit more about how they can make their support available or known to Atmosorga?
Well, share our posts, help the publicity like of our organization, and this to understand and know the organization, like, and know like what we're hosting and like what we're doing. Keep yourselves informed. And check out our website because uh, there's a lot of information about the organization, and our GoFundMe page will also be there soon. Um, Volunteer with us. Bunny, you want to say a few things?
Yeah, I was about to say volunteer with like maintaining the ashrayas or volunteer with Aileko Feed the Dogs Neko campaign. Just to volunteer with us. And he sponsor our ashrayas. I think that will also be very, very helpful because that way we can bring out more and be aware about keep ourselves aware about animal rights. That will
Mm-hmm.
just be supportive. That I think that will just be good in the long run as well. And
Okay.
yeah, but if you make a mistake, hold yourself accountable. Know what actions, take responsibility. To statistic that would be really good.
Of course. Yeah, those are all very valid points, you guys. Thank you so much for your time. It looks like we have come to the end of our live podcast segment, but we still have our Q&A section remaining. Are you guys ready? Punikaji, Kritikaji, yes?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to wait a little bit for the questions to come up? Um, okay, wait, give me a second. It looks like we have a few questions already. So our first question is from the Trishna Canvas. How does Atmosorga work?
Well, we but this is a non-profitable organization, right? So right now, what we're doing is we're using our own money to fund our own projects, right? But we do need funding and like to actually go on as an organization. So either someone that's what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
To continue with the Zuko point, this organization is trying to help animal rights more than other rights, Aileko. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
trying to just support local animals, local strays.
Mm-hmm. Our organization also, just to add on to your point, our organization also works through the recruitment of volunteers. So you can obviously come and volunteer with us. It's a lot of community involvement, and you can definitely. It's honestly run by a bunch of motivated youth of Nepal, pretty much. And we require a lot of support and help from you guys, and that would be really great and appreciated if you could definitely support us through social media and things like that. Yeah, moving on to our next question from at the I am Pit 555. They want to know how to donate. How do you donate?
Like I said, the GoFundMe page will be soon up in our website, Atmosorga website, and I will be putting it up on my page, and Bonnie will be doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even if you guys can donate through GoFundMe, you can obviously always try to send us some cash or check. Maybe for more information, you can definitely message us on our official Instagram page. That is always an option. Our next question is from J Hanumangin. They want to know if we can drop our website link so they can visit it. We will be putting that up on our bio, so please follow us and be sure to check our Instagram page out. Our next question is from Nepali Blackpacker. He wants to, or they want to know if why can't we start something like this in Chitwan?
Well, we are trying to expand, right? But then we're trying to start with Kathmandu because our base is in Kathmandu, and we have like already, I think, made a AASHRAYA, right, Oshina? G?
No, we have not yet.
Oh, we've got approved for it, yeah.
I think like adding on to Didzu, it would be better to start and have a foundation in Kathmandu Paila, and make it bigger before we expand to Chitwanuru. Maybe Pasi in the long run, I think it'd be really good to expand as well.
Mm-hmm. No, we will.
And yes, definitely. I know that we do have a branch in Pokhara, and if you guys are interested to start an Atmosorga in your own city or your district, please you can always feel free to reach out to us, and we can definitely it's something that we can work on and manage. Our next question is from Pranati Rana. What is the most prominent issue this organization tends to face?
Like I personally think it's the funding, because we have big funding, and like the governmental, like, land, Lena. Okay, that's like been our biggest issue right now for this particular project. It's the governmental land. Like, we need to get approved to build something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the
Yes, I
issue that we're
definitely
facing.
agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And also, there are some people, trying to spread nonsense rumors about us. So, guys, please be aware of that. We are doing good work. Please do support us. Don't focus on the negative comments that are on our Instagram, because haters gonna hate, obviously. So our next question is from Shubham. Are the ashrayas aimed to being the solution to stray animal problem in Nepal? Is it a goal you've chosen?
Well, wait, can you repeat the question?
So they want to know if ashrayas are aimed at being the solution to stray animal problems in Nepal. Is it the goal that you have chosen?
Well,
I think
I
they're
don't think.
asking.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I think they're asking more in terms of like, is it just for stray animals or dogs, or what the goal of it is?
I guess. Well, I don't think this is like. I don't think it's gonna solve the issue of street animals, but I think it's a start. You know, like, you got to start somewhere, and I think this is a really practical and a very realistic way of doing it, of starting.
I think
Um,
supporting what Didzu
yes.
says, I think Ashrayas will act like a shelter and a place for dogs to get their meals from. So it is like a start to solving it's a bigger problem. So it can't only be solved by one thing, but we'll start somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
like you said.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I definitely agree with both of you. And also, like stray animals, it's easier to keep track of these stray animals and kind of find out which animal needs medical attention or things like that. And it's easier to keep track of them, neuter them, and like make sure they are all vaccinated. I think that will definitely help the stray animal population. Um, I'm sorry, did I just cut off you guys?
A
So
little bit.
another question, I'm so sorry, guys. It's probably my internet. But the next question that we have is from Deepsan Budatoki. Can ashrayas work in rural areas too? There are so many street dogs there.
Yes, for sure. Because after we build it, we just need someone to keep it clean, and like people like who are willing to give their extra food to the dogs, feed the animals, you know. So for sure,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need any
Yes.
money to keep the ashrayas running.
Yeah, the ashrayas don't require much.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. And we are planning to build ashrayas in many different locations over the years. However, we are gonna, I believe, start in the city to begin with, but this is something definitely that we want to see all over Nepal for all street animals. Um, our next question is how can part of the organization be living abroad? And this is from Angel Lilanga.
Wait, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
They want to know how our part of the organization members can be living abroad.
Well,
I think it's like for this organization, it's really important to also raise awareness. And
Mm-hmm.
to raise awareness, we don't necessarily need to be in Nepal. We're also like the zoo being a part of the board member. She's also like very um, involved in the
Mm-hmm.
what the organization is doing and what all the meetings. She's involved in it, and because
Mm-hmm.
the world now is very technological, everything like phone mounts, all these meetings. So I think we're able to do it even though we're not in the same country.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And the pandemic proves it that we can do actually work
yeah,
from home, not be together and still get
Yeah.
everything done. So,
so like that's
yes, you're absolutely right. Our next question is from Swati. Are there any plans to solve the problem of stray cows?
hmm. Not yet, but I'm pretty sure we will think of something soon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Like we said before, I think we're trying to focus on dogs because it's easier to start in a smaller area. But I think this organization will definitely try to go with more animals, possibly.
We do try to help all
Mm-hmm.
the animals, but we can help as much as we can.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. We definitely do hope to expand to more animals than just dogs. There are a lot of street cows and things like that in Nepal. You're absolutely correct. So moving on to our next question, it's Pratyam. What's the minimum we can donate?
But it's
Anything.
I don't think there's a minimum. Like,
Yes.
how much do you want?
I mean, donation doesn't necessarily have to be funding. It can be anything. But support will also be donating a dog, a stray dog. Support can be anything.
Adopt. I think you mean adopting a stray
Oh,
dog. Wait.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Adopting a stray dog. My bad.
No, that's completely fine, you guys. Okay, our next question is from Arya Busnit. What's the main motto of your organization?
What's the motto?
Motto.
Main motto of our organization. Basically, our organization seeks to feed feed animals and serve their souls. We want to, you know, help everyone, not just human beings. We want to help the voiceless. We want to help the helpless. And these animals, there's no one looking out for them, right? and we want to be the ones looking out for them
Give
and
the voice to.
seeking their.
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely want to make a change in their lives, and that's what we're focusing
Also,
on right now.
end suffering. The end of like animal suffering, end of any soul suffering.
Yes. Our next question is from Discipline Until Infinite. Is non-financial help acceptable, like volunteering?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's amazing. Any type of support is amazing. It's good.
Kritika ji mentioned earlier, there's a lot of ways that you can help us. Self-awareness, self-education, adopting street animals rather than buying from breeders. You can definitely volunteer with us. Share our posts so more people are aware of our organization. You can do a lot of things that are non-financial to help us and help our cause. And you can also keep an eye out for our culprit, Gyan Bahadur Bika, who has been missing in action for our most recent case. That's something that you can do. Let me go through more questions. Okay, so the next question is, I'm so sorry guys, I can't see. What is the qualification and bare minimum needed to be part of the organization? And this is from PRP Pizda.
I guess to be part of the organization, just be a volunteer, and all you gotta do is volunteer, I think.
To volunteer, you can just text the organization co Instagram, and that way you can know more about it if you do want to volunteer.
Yes. I think also another thing, I think the bare qualification is just being responsible, and like being self-aware and kind. Those are like not necessarily qualification, but personality traits that we do look for in our board members and commitment to our cause. So those are some of the things. In terms of educational qualifications, I don't think that we have any set standards on that. And there is no minimum age for any of this. So you can obviously, like, anyone can come join us and volunteer with us, work with us. And we are actually currently hiring for a couple of the positions. So please if you want to be part of our organization, please be sure to check out our page. We do post a lot of information on that, and that's a big way that you can support us. Let me see if there are more questions. How can you make sure Atmosorga is transparent? And this is from I Am Rough in 1999.
I think in this question about being transparent, this is like a youthfully run organization. I mean, all we're trying to do is support all the animals, support, try to end suffering. So there's no really reason for us not to be transparent. I don't think so. I don't think there's really a reason for us to hide something or
I don't think we have a real motive that like we need to hide something.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of the works that we do is, you can see like our conversations with the police, our conversations when we go to people's house, they're mostly recorded and you can find them on our Instagram page. And I think that is one way to ensure transparency in our organization. And we're also starting our magazines, which will be out hopefully very soon, that you guys can definitely buy and learn more on the things that we're doing. And that's another way to ensure transparency. And obviously, if you're a part of our organization through any means, volunteering, executive board, you're always going to be in the loop, and you're always going to know what we're all doing. So that's also something that we try to ensure to, create transparency between everyone and all parties. And obviously, if you're a donor, you're going to get our project reports and where your money is being used, things like that. That's also another way, I believe. Yeah. Do you guys have anything to add?
That's it, I think.
Yeah. I think
Thank you
those
for
are
listening.
I think those are it for
Sorry.
our questions today. Don't worry about it. We would like to thank all our viewers for joining us today and listening to our live podcast. It looks like we've officially come to the end of our podcast. We will see you next time. Have a great, great night. And a big thank you to Punika ji and Kritika ji for joining us tonight. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Night.